Hello folks, Paul here, UK Rails and More. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. In this episode I'm going to show you how I built this really simple and straightforward, easy to construct outdoor running test track, and it's one that I'm going to be adapting to allow me to run some trains through the individual modules as I build them for the new 00 gauge modular layout I'm building. So if you like the sound of that, stay tuned and I will explain some more. Bye for now. Okay folks, welcome back. First of all, I'd just like to say a big thank you to all new subscribers and of course all long-term ticket holders. Thank you very much. What I wanted to do here with this little project was just build a really simple test track, so I could just run some locos that I'm reviewing, some of the new stock, and also do some garden running basically. But I wanted to use materials that I've already used and I will be using for the new build. So you'll see here that one of the sections is one of the 1 foot by 4 foot sections that forms part of the new modular layout that I'm building. So that will be able to be, I can use that again when I start that project. And also a system that I can use that will allow me to run trains through the new modules of the loft layout as I build them. Okay, so it's really simple to do this. The main sections were just, I've cut these 10 centimetre length pieces of plywood, hard plywood, and basically drilled them and countersunk them so they can sit flat against the ground. Now at the moment I've just run it just on a lawn and it seems to have worked quite well. But basically I wanted to keep it really simple, so you've literally got that wood and then I'm just securing it with screws. They didn't even use any glue with this one, just for ease of reusing things and taking them off as I need to. And of course these pieces of wood that I've got here, this timber, I will be using as well, so after this is finished with, I can use it in the construction of further modules, and then it's just a case of relaying the track directly onto the top of that with track pins, again just so I can relatively easily pull it up again. So there's one of the 4 foot by 1 foot modules that forms part of the new baseboard system I've got, and there's another one, and then I've just basically got the long piece of timber with the feet on it that I use, and use those to just attach. Now what the running I've done at the moment, it's been pretty much okay. There's not been a real issue, but in terms of things coming apart or anything, but I appreciate if it's for any longer running sessions that could over time come apart. So my idea was just to secure them, just secure those 2 pieces of wood at the very end together with a couple of tent pegs or even a couple of bricks or anything would do it really, just as long as it keeps the 2 fixed together. But as I say, at the moment I've not really encountered much of a problem. Okay, so in the next clip I've just got a little clip from the recent video I did of building the river, but I've just demonstrated this just to utilise that. You can see at the left hand side of the screen there is one of the modules, the 1 foot by 4 foot. We're just looking at a copy of the river of the first module I'm building on the main layout here. But the idea is that I would basically be using baseboards that I've also used on this. So you can see at the back there is one of the 1 foot by 4 foot baseboards. If you've not seen this video, please check out my my module river build video for more information. Here's another little clip that just shows the timber frame for the 1 foot by 4 foot section. Basically that I used to build that baseboard for the 2 end pieces. Okay, so onto the build. It's basically just a case of attaching the feet, screwing them on to the long piece of timber, and then you've built one of the side sections, and then it was just a case of turning it over, and as you can see on that one, I've pre-laid the track. With that one, what I want to do really, the idea behind these is I can actually build these with some adaptation just through pieces of timber at the correct length down the side of them, so that I'll be able to correct that for the correct track heights of the 2 track levels, so that I'll be able to run some trains through them. Whether I do that with just capacity to run sort of a couple of trains or all 4 trains, I'll have to sort of make a bit of a decision on that. But there's the system. Just basically, we've got that old Bachmann controller. It's just DC, this one, and there's one of the Colas Rail Freight M11s I've reviewed previously as well. Again, just a case of being, common sense really, being careful with the weather and checking for rain if you've got any electrics outside like this, and certainly I would always use a circuit breaker with them just in case anyway. But yeah, it worked out as quite a good little test track. What I would say is that it's not just sort of where the joins are of the 2 1-foot sections, and they join the actual long lengths of timber. What I did find is that it was fine sort of laterally. I didn't have any issues, but it would just take a little bit of adjustment just on the heights of the other 1-foot baseboards, and so you could basically just adjust that height to make sure it run, and you didn't have the front bogie kind of lifting off and becoming airborne really as it goes on to the other. But yeah, just a little bit of adding a little bit underneath each side just to raise it, just so you had a nice smooth track, and it was able to run quite nicely, and actually quite quickly as well. I mean, obviously this is a real high speed for the curve, but it just demonstrates that it can manage no problem, no derailment issues. And again, this one just running a decent length train, and I didn't have any issues with derailments once I'd got it just sort of finely tuned and nicely levelled out. So the option is, when running the main modules that I'm going to be building with this little system, I will be obviously the train's going to be much higher. So the issue is, if there is any derailments, I'm going to have to kind of have some kind of protection to either stop them falling off or to protect them should they do so. But as I say, there shouldn't really be much risk of derailments because it's actually straight. There's just straight lengths of track. It's just the famous last words. But I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will bring you back for a review of that new loco that I've bought in the next episode, and hopefully some more progress on the new modular layout. So hope you've enjoyed the video. Bye for now, and thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.